Greetings and welcome to Armored Core Requiem, the series where I take on player-submitted builds and optimize them to the best of my abilities. The process will consist of me taking a player's build either from the video's comments or the Requiem workshop in the Xbox Fight Club Discord server, then upgrading it live on stream. After that, I will make the video going over the original build and the upgraded version, then closing it all off with a final PvP test in where a volunteer will pilot the original build and I will pilot Requiem. All is said, enjoy. Greetings and welcome back to Requiem. As per usual, we have two builds to take a look at. Both were upgraded on the last live. I tend to stream every Monday upgrading the player builds as well as reforge builds. And yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, for our first build, we have a medium to close range, high stagger melee punishing bipedal AC. For the primary weapons, we have the Ben, the Gatling gun. Very solid for very close range, high stagger buildup and shredding on direct hit. However, more at a medium to long range, the bullet velocity just isn't very high. The recoil is pretty nuts, so most arms can't really handle it. So often if you're not kind of barrel stuffing them, we're very close range, in the 130 meter range anyway. The bullets will kind of just miss the enemy, and most people are fast enough to just outstrafe the bullets. Next, we have the Hammer, the plasma thrower. Very solid melee weapon. Super good on a Tetra because you can use its attack without stopping in place. Yep, two swings out that both deal high amounts of damage and stagger. It has a true combo, and where if you kick and then activate the Hammer, it's more or less a true combo, meaning the enemy cannot get out of it. But yeah, its charge attack is okay, kind of gives you a half shield, but its range is kind of iffy. It's a little inconsistent when hitting. The charge attack is just not very good, but the main attack is mighty. However, the main attack can miss based on your recoil, so if you shoot at a weapon that has lots of recoil, like a bazooka, and then go for the hammer, you might miss more than you hit, as the recoil will indeed impact how accurate the hammer is. For the shoulder mounts, we have the Balaam 10-cell missile launcher, very solid for getting some nice damage and lots of stagger buildup. Its reload is kind of hefty, being 6.4 seconds, but its lock-on time is real quick, and the damage and stagger is mighty. And then lastly, we have the grenade cannon Earshot. Very solid weapon for blast radius. Say you jump above the enemy and hit him, lots of good splash damage, very high damaging, very good on direct hit. It is very heavy and slower reload, but man, the damage is indeed very nice. For the frame parts, nothing specific that gives our build a defining edge. With our current assortment, we have 10k AP, very nice, 1100 defenses, also super good. 1600 stability, not the greatest for a type of slugger like this, where we get in close and trade a bit, considering how slow we are. And speaking of, 261 main boost speed with a quick boost speed of 286. Yeah, not very fast this lad. We're going to have to rely on assault boost to really close the distance and just outslugging the enemy. For inner parts, for boosters, we have the Mule, which is a very niche booster, not very good at many things. The upward EN consumption is great. That's for something more like reverse joints, where you don't need help getting up into the sky, but you'd rather not burn so much energy staying there. Quick boost duration, or yes, I guess kind of decent, get some decent distance out of your boost, but yeah, overall just not a very good booster, very niche. For FCS, we have the Talbot, the kind of best for medium and close range. I suppose you get the most out of both, but you compare it to something like the Walt, you might as well just go for the Walt, as you're going to get a lot more in long range, medium range, and a little less in close range, but the Talbot is indeed a nice substitute until you unlock the Walt. And for generator, we have the Mengtang, very solid type of all-rounded gen in terms of it has decent capacity, EN recharge, supply recovery, very solid gen for that. Kind of on the heavier side, but you know, all those stats need to reflect something. So, an alright gen, definitely. And then lastly, Assault Armor for those mighty trades. Alright, I would say the best synergy for these weapons is to Assault Boost in, fire the missiles, use your Assault Boost and minigun to get that stagger build up, use your hammer to get some nice value, and then jump above and make sure you get above your enemy before firing the earshot, as you'll guarantee it lands, or wait until you're near a wall. Firing it out raw when you're on same leveling with your enemy means they can dodge it quite easily, but if you're above them, that means even if they dodge a little bit, they might get the splash damage, and you'll be being chilling that way. Or they're near a wall, you get the splash damage off of that. But yeah, make sure to utilize the kick into hammer and all that cool stuff, as well as assault boost to get your 30% increase to impact and damage from your physical, as our minigun is indeed physical weaponry. Alright, yes, this is the original build. Let's go over Requiem.
これがレクイエムだ。
And here we are, Requiem. For the primary weapons, I'm switching the Gatling gun to the burst machine gun Isogen. This weapon is a super solid choice for close range, high stagger buildup, especially if you want to sit there and fire it a little more instead of, bobbing, weaving, getting that burst damage. This is much better for the slugger type of bob and weave trading type playstyle, which is what we would be doing with the minigun, except for this will build up stagger a lot quicker, allowing us to combo with our other weapons much finer, as well as it is much lighter, allowing us to run better parts and overall be faster and stronger. Next, keeping the hammer, as it is indeed a fine melee weapon. For the shoulder mounts, I ended up switching the 10 cell just down to the 6 cell, as it will come back a lot quicker. We'll get some nice stagger out of it, and yeah, makes for a very good close range barrel stuffing type of missile launcher. Basically the same, just faster with a little bit less damage. And lastly, I ended up switching out the earshot to the Kwanji bazooka. Its reload to damage is insane for a type of weapon like this, meaning we'll be able to use it a lot more often than our earshot, getting a lot more value out of it, a lot more initial stagger, stagger break, stagger punish, all that cool stuff. As well as, of course, it is a lot lighter, allowing us to run better parts. Speaking of, for head, we're running the VP44D, Mind Alpha Core, Basho arms to boost our melee, as well as they can handle the recoil of our weapon, and the Mind Alpha legs for, again, their amazing stats to our speed threshold, which we're trying to hit 330, which we definitely are, which is a great type of slugger, bob and weave close range high stagger type of playstyle and or speed. For instance, we have 330 base speed, which is great, and 360 actual quick boost speed, which is fucking nuts. And with our current assortment, we have 11,000 AP, which is great, 1,100 plus defenses, which is again great, 1,800 stability, which is fantastic for a slugger like this, and like I said, 330 speed, which is great. For inner parts, for boosters, we have the Alula, which is fantastic for this type of build. Its main thrust, meaning our actual base speed, is increased by a lot. Our quick boost thrust, meaning our distance, and our reload is great, as well as our assault boost is fantastic, meaning we'll actually be able to, get to the enemy before they just kite us away. With our old speed, kind of hard to do. And for FCS, we have the Ocellus Max and Close Range Assist, as that's where we're going to be, as well as our arms definitely need it, having, I think, the lowest firearm spec out of all the arms. And for Generator, switching to the Coral Gen, as it has buttloads of capacity, allowing us to be very aggressive and very elusive up close. And yeah, the red line mechanic, it's a bit of a adjustment to getting used to redlining and getting all your energy back that way. But honestly, this generator's light enough to get us to 330, and the capacity is mighty for a build like this indeed. And for expansion, I switched to Pulse Armor, as it will be much more useful in more scenarios. Alright, when it comes to the playstyle, very much the same. Fire your missiles whenever, assault boost in, get the kick into whip as a true combo, which is always nice. You can dodge out of to cancel the recover animation. Use a bazooka literally whenever you want, as well as your hammer. Now, pretty much on your hammer side, you just have a bazooka and hammer. You can kind of just throw out willy-nilly whenever, whether you're at medium or long range. And you should see some nice. But you see that I just fired out the bazooka and then went for the hammer, and the accuracy was not very heat because of our recoil control. But that's what you're going to get with a bazooka either way, so we might as well throw in Basho arms despite their bad recoil, because you can handle our weapon. You can handle all our weapons for their initial shots, which is great. Indubitably. Plus, recoil will go down pretty quick, so just don't fire in super quick succession from the hammer to bazooka, but, you don't have to worry about that much. But yes, this is Requiem. We'll do the PvP test after we take a look at the next build. Alrighty, and for our next build, we have again a close range, high stagger, melee punishing build. For the primary weapons, we have dual Rensetsu RFs. These are kind of like the faster but weaker variants of the Rensetsu RFs, in the sense that they're decent at medium to close range, high stagger buildup. It's just that they'll take a little longer to build up that stagger, but they do fire out faster, which can kind of make up the difference. Recoil only 7, they are bursts, so the recoil won't be that crazy anyway, so most arms can handle them. But yeah, they're alright for medium to close range, high stagger buildup. For the shoulder mounts, we have the grenade cannon Songbird, similar to the rifles in the Holderman Zimmerman situation. They're like the faster but weaker ear shots. They fire twice, which is very nice. They reload faster, they do less damage, but have a nice splash radius. Yeah, same type of flow as the ear shots themselves, so just wait till you're near a wall or above them, and just absolutely pelt them with that damage. And then lastly, for our melee, we have the Pile Bunker. Super devastating damage indeed. The charge attack does not scale with your booster's melee attack thrust, so you won't get any boost out of that. You can feint the normal attack and melee cancel it into the charge to get some momentum, or just dodge into it. But yeah, if you land it, all the damage in the world, although you do need to be pretty close. So having our more medium range weapons can kind of screw us in there if we end up breaking stagger at a medium range. For the frame parts, nothing that gives our build a defining edge other than the max firearm spec of the Nakaraya arms. We don't necessarily need it with these arms and these weapons, unless of course our FCS is poo-poo. But yeah, nonetheless, pretty nice thing to have overall. And with our current assortment, we have 9k 600 AP, which is pretty alright. 1000 defenses, not the greatest. 1500 stability, pretty damn low. But we're at 365, nearing 370 speed, so that's pretty nice, as well as our quick boost speed is only 327. That's pretty slow considering, but yeah, overall not too shabby. And for inner parts, for boosters, we have the SPD, a super solid booster for more kiting and evasive-like builds, as its natural thrust is super high, allowing for our base quick boost to be very high indubitably. Its weight and reload weight is pretty generous, and its other stats are kinda alright in terms of quick boost, and all that. Its quick boost stats themselves are pretty okay, not the greatest by any stretch of the imagination, but the assault boost stats are nice with our speed and our consumption, and the melee is also pretty fine. For FCS, we have the Albabot, pretty much just the worst Ocellus when it comes to close range, not maxed in it, but I suppose our firearm spec carries us the rest of the way indeed. And for generator, we have the Yaba, which is a very neat all-rounded light generator, but definitely not the greatest for our type of build, as our capacity isn't the worst, but it's definitely not enough to continue our fast-paced close-range combat. And then lastly, Pulse Armor. Alright, in the flow of this build, get in your 130 range, fire out the Songbirds, preferably to get lots of high stagger, proc it with your rifles, and then move in with the charge bunker. Won't have enough to fully kill them, as the Nakaraya arms don't have a lot of melee spec, only 95, but at the bunker it does basic lots and lots of damage anyway, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. Alright, this is the original build. We'll now go over Requiem.
これがレクイエムだ。
And here we are, Requiem. For the primary weapons, I ended up switching them to dual burst machine gun estrogens. As I explained in the previous build, they are super good for close range high stack buildup, much better at closer range and not as much as medium range like the Rensetsu's, but honestly, as we're going to be close enough to use the bunk anyway, we're going to need to be in that close meter range anyway, especially with our FCS. We might as well just go full out close range, and these are definitely the best for it. As well as similar to the last build, and I'm switching our grenade cannon to the Kwanji Bazooka for its fast reload, high stagger, and ultimately is fantastic, man. Outside or inside of stagger, it's going to do great damage, and outside of stagger is going to do enough stagger buildup that we can actually proc it pretty consistently with our burst machine guns and not overdo it with the bazooka, and we can land our melee. And speaking of, for the melee weapon, I'm switching to the Pulse Blade, as I find it is much more of a versatile weapon. You can of course slap on any melee you want, so you can go back to Power Bunker or what have you, but I find the Pulse Blade, its normal charge and its mini stun is great, its normal damage is fucking fantastic, and you can melee cancel with it very effectively to get good distance. And for the frame parts, nothing specific other than the Basho arms to give us that max melee specialization to get damage out of our melee, as well as they can handle the recoil of our weapons. And with our current instrument, we have 11,500 AP, which is great, 1,200 defenses, which is fantastic, 1,800 stability, which is great, and 330 speed, as well as 365 boost speed, which again is fantastic. For inner parts, for boosters, switch to the Alula, as it is very, very good for these close range type builds. Again, like with the thrust, quick boost thrust, reload time, and assault boost thrust, all help this type of build really work. As well as switch the FCS to Ocellus, as it's just better of what we had before, max close range. And for generator, you can either run Santai if you want more natural regeneration, as this build can most definitely handle it. Our Ian load is great, our boost speed and quick boost speed is not so bad as a reflect to it, or if you want to go down the redlining path, you can indeed use the Coral Booster and get a little more speed out of it. And for expansion, Pulse Armor. And when it comes to the playstyle, exactly the same. Get close, use your bazooka, use your machine guns to proc stagger, and your melee to punish. And with that, you should be bing chillin'. Alrighty, and those are the builds. Me and my buddy Shattered will now be doing the PvP test. He will be piloting the originals, I will be piloting Requiem, and we shall battle to see if the upgrades are indeed worthy. Enjoy. Alright. Good old Whipper Man. Correct.
This mule boost definitely gonna help me stay
Sure
mobile, right,
is.
guys?
Yes, sir, dude.
I can't wait to see how. I didn't check how fast you slow this thing is, so we'll see how slow it is.
It's not, dude. It's really quick.
Oh, fucking 260 on a midway is great. I love it.
No, it's not, dude.
Oh, what the fuck?
The splash damage got my there. Dear God.
I didn't hit you, damn.
What's called the recoil of your weapons scales with how accurate your whip is going to be. So if you shoot it right after your earshot, you may not have the greatest accuracy.
Yeah, I know. I should not shot that then.
Also, I bet the Gatling gun doesn't do you any favors. Whippo. No. My Schmied.
I didn't want to go up. God damn it.
Bombs. Bombers.
I couldn't go up fast enough. I meant to go up and shoot at the ground,
Dude,
but I
yeah.
couldn't.
Dude, your upwards thrust is nothing, but the consumption is maxed. Therefore, you won't burn
Oh
any
yeah,
energy
it's
going
great.
up there, but you'll get up there
it
and...
for the small compensation of taking like 2 energy while floating while losing like a fucking snap. It literally goes slower than my tank build, and it weighs like double.
Hey,
What the
man.
fuck?
Nah, dude, it's all part of the plan.
What the hell is this booster?
Wabadoo! I barely
Yeah,
succeeded for you
lightning
fired that
fire.
off. Bumps.
Never game.
Good game, dude.
I just cannot do anything. I can't dodge at all.
Yeah, it's rough. Even when you do dodge, it sends you nowhere.
Ah!
My
Booster
meat.
sucks.
No, it's very good. You're reaching for it. Oh, so I can do it again.
I don't like every surprise look either. I don't know how this one
Wabadoo!
works. Damn it.
Mule OP confirmed. This is all the proof you need.
Okay.
You is correction. Alright. Second close range high staggered by you with a melee.
Like a close range stagger boy with double Rinsetsus.
Yeah, dude, now you have medium and close range, man. Despite having the close range FCS.
Oh, have it? Yeah.
It's pretty.
I guess I'm fast. I'm not like snail's pace. like
Fast,
before.
fast. I'm
Yep.
gonna Ricky the Rat. Mush me. Oh,
Ow.
I'm so. Yeah, I like how Bunker as a melee weapon overall, but I just find it so not necessarily. It's situational, but yeah, it's situational. And of course, you can always bide your time and make sure it works. And that's the skill of it, definitely. Considering it has so much
Yeah,
one-shot
I mean, it's
potential.
not bad at all.
No, definitely
Just
not
the-
at all. Just I found the others are a little more. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, my Schmidt. Retaliation.
Ow. I can't fucking hit you at all because of how awful these are.
Nah, dude, they're so good. They're so freaking good. No.
Okay. I can't get close. Did I miss that long range? I bit close to you. Just outpaced me.
For merch. Oh damn, I ate that though.
Damn it! If I compare you,
No more stagger.
I lost.
It's never Jover till it's Jover. You trying the wrong bunk? No.
Ow.
Oh man, but yeah, no, it's just so much. You have to wait for the bunk to really work out well. Like if they're in the airborne, or they're airborne itself, it's gonna be rough. It's just, you know. Alright, and that is it for this episode of Requiem. Links to my friend Shattered's comics and art projects will be in the description below, as well as links to the Xbox Fight Club Discord and all my other buddies here on Armored Core. But yeah, all is said, please do, if you have a build you want me to take a look at, leave it in the comments below of this video, or head over to the Armored Core Discord and head into the Requiem Workshop, where you can submit your builds there, and I'll work through them throughout the week. But yeah, all is said, you have yourself a very good one, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.